Oh, I thought I'd do a personal announcement. Personal? No, that's not the right word. I thought I'd do an announcement. Have you seen online, Dig of Dawn is doing a petition to get this ban lifted? Well, I think there's a problem here, and that is that the museum, the British Museum, has recently, within the last few years, delegated, what they call delegated, responsibility for metal detecting over to the British Museum. The British government has given them powers, let's say. And I reckon that these powers that have been put down to stop metal detecting on private land is being delegated to the British Museum, and it's them that is doing this. And the reason I think that they're doing it is possibly because the museums have been shut because of lockdown, and all the fines liaison officers that tend to work out of the museums have all been put on furlough, and now that people are still metal detecting to a degree, all these fines, you know, fines from treasure fines are all piling in, or being found, and they're mounting up, and the pressure on the portable antiquities scheme, which is run by the British Museum, is so overwhelming that that's the reason that these restrictions are being brought in. Now, the only way this is going to be resolved is by them catching up, and I cannot see on December the 7th or the 6th or the 7th these restrictions being lifted. I can't see that happening, because there's still going to be a massive backlog, and after the first pandemic, the first wave, the museums didn't open until September the 20th. Well, my museum didn't. I don't know about yours, but yeah, it was a long time after the it had dipped. You know, the pandemic had dipped. So I don't reckon that this restrictions are going to be lifted for months after we come out of lockdown. I don't reckon they will. I reckon they'll still be going, because the you know, the portable antiquities scheme are going to be like, they're going to have so much work it's piled up, they're not going to be able to cope straight away, and I don't think that museums will open anyway. I think it might be months. So we get to a situation, don't we, where these people, the portable antiquities scheme, they need more funding, they need more people to work through the backlog, and that's not going to happen because they've got to get training, they've got to put out for interviews and all that sort of thing. That's never going to happen, unless they get more funding. So I'm going to put out there the possibility, right, just a possibility, this is not like me endorsing this, I'm not endorsing it, but the possibility that maybe a license for metal detecting would be a good idea. It would have to be voluntary, a voluntary license that you'd only pay it if you wanted to. And then you could send the money in and the card would come back. Now the reason the first license got cancelled for the Crown Estates on the beaches was because the administration costs and the administration of it actually outweighed the money that they were getting back. So I don't know, I think there should be a debate on whether or not we should have a license and do a voluntary pay. But in the meantime, Dig of Dawn has got this petition, and I think you should all go and sign it, and I'll put a link in the description of where you can go and sign this petition. Right, I'm not finding much today, but hopefully I will in a minute. Woohoo!